So the next show, oh, I might trigger some of you guys, I might trigger some people. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sally. If you're new here, I feel like I always forget to tell you guys to subscribe in the beginning of my videos, but like, you need to subscribe. Like right down there, like just click on the subscribe button and then click on the bell button so that every time I put out a video you will be notified. So as you guys may know, if you've watched my last video, which was a mukbang with my bae Litany, I forgot to shave my armpit for this video. This is not cute. I haven't been working for the past 2 weeks. I've had so much time on my hand, and instead of being productive, I've been on Netflix all day. Like, I've watched so many shows and so many movies in the last like 2 to 3 weeks that I feel like I'm a Netflix connoisseur. I don't know, what's that word? I'm making myself laugh. But anyways, yes, I was like, you know what, why don't I make a video so that I can help you guys out, so that way if you guys also want to chill out for one day and you want to indulge in Netflix for like a week or two just because you're going through something and you just want to like unplug from life. Ooh, that sounds a little bit morbid. Not unplug, if you just want to like take a break from life and just be by yourself and like you have no idea what you want to watch, I can be of help, you know. Let's start 20 shows that you should be watching on Netflix. My first one is One Day at a Time. I absolutely love this show. This show is so funny. Like, if you like that whole like immigrant sense of humor, this is for you. Okay, so let me tell you what it's about. Basically, she's a single mother who is a army veteran. Is that how you say it? My pronunciation is shit. But yeah, and she's newly divorced and she's raising her kids with her mother. This woman is like an old school Cuban mother. Like, you know, this immigrant grandmother, like she has no filter. She says whatever she wants to say. She says things at the wrong time, and she's just funny to me. Like, she makes me laugh. I like, honestly, I watched the first season in a day. You see a difference between both generations, but not only that, like different cultures. Even though the single mom, she's very cute, like she's Cuban, she grew up like in a Cuban household, you still see the difference on how they raise like their kids, like how the grandma feels like she needs to raise her kids and how she raised her kids. Like, it's funny when you see how both of them like how it comes together, you know. It's a really nice show. It's like 30 minutes per episode, I believe, and it's just funny. You guys should check it out. Second show on the list, let me just look on my phone. I'm gonna shook on gum. Come on. So the second show on the list is The Mindy Project. This show I was not going to watch because my coworkers kept telling me, oh my god, you should really watch this show, this is like The Office. And I'm like, no, because I watched one episode of The Office and it's just not my sense of humor. It wasn't for me. Like, my sense of humor is more like Tyler Perry, Medea, or like Meet the Brown, House of Pain, Immigrant Sense of Humor, or things like what's his name, Cat Williams. Like, things like that really make me laugh. So I'm like, I don't know if this show is gonna be funny to me. Honestly, The Mindy Project is my happy show. It's the show that makes me happy. Like, it's so funny. I did not think I would like it. I didn't think it was my sense of humor, but she actually, like, every character on this show makes me laugh. Like, they're just, some of them are stupid. Mindy is awkward and weird, and she says like things that are really problematic. She says things that she shouldn't be saying, and it just, I love it. It's basically a show about this hopeless romantic, Mindy, who's an OB/GYN. She's a successful doctor, but she's looking to find love in the city of New York. So you just follow her on these adventures where she goes on dates with like these weird guys sometimes. We watch her as she tries to navigate her personal life and her professional life at the office. And my favorite scene, it's when she's at the office, because that's when like all the characters are basically together. But you see her coworkers also being in her personal life. Like, it's just funny. This show is funny. I really think you should go watch it. So the third show is On My Block. Oh my god, this show did it for me. I also finished this show in a day. It is such a good show, honestly. Like, I'm just waiting for season 2. Like, I don't know why it's taking so long for season 2 to come out. The show is really good. It's basically about 4 teenagers who are friends and who live in like the ghetto in the United States. It's a coming of age type of show about 4 teenagers who've been friends forever. They're trying to navigate their way through high school in Los Angeles. They deal with friendship drama, they deal with relationship drama. There's also storyline about gangs and everything like that. It's just a really good show, and the show is so funny to me. And my favorite character, hands down, is Ruby. And if you go and watch the show, please do. It's a really good show. Can you please let me know who your favorite character is? I feel like it's gonna be Ruby. Like, he's so funny. Like, he's so perfect. He walks like this, but like, he's like a macho. He tries to be a macho man at the same time. The fourth one. Okay, this is kind of like a foreign show. It's not a foreign, but I think it's a foreign Netflix show because it's not American, so I guess it's gonna be foreign. Well, I'm Canadian. I'm not even American. But I'm blabbering too much. House of Flower. Oh, this show, honestly, I was just bored one day at 3 a.m. Like I told you, unproductive lifestyle, just for 2 weeks though. And I was going through like shows and I'm like, oh, I want to watch something. And I see House of Flower. I'm like, what the fuck is House? And it was in Spanish. It's like House of, bro, it's something. But let me just give you the opening scene, okay? Within the first 5 minutes, you see someone's butt cheeks that are out. You see people are saying the N-word, you're seeing butt cheeks, you're seeing, it's just a lot, it's a lot. In the first, but like, it goes by really fast. That's what I like. The first episode just got me hooked. I was like, what the hell is going on? It's basically about this really bougie, rich family in Mexico, and she finds out that her husband has been having an affair, like, with his mistress, and there's a lot of things that do come out of it. Like, this family is dysfunctional as F, but the mother, throughout the whole series, you see how the mother is tries to maintain her family's public image. They're rich, obviously. I should pick up this gum. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take it off. It's really small. Ew, I'm sorry. Garbage. This show is really funny. I like it. I enjoy it. It has a lot of morbid, like, dark humor. And also, let me warn you, because in the first episode you do see a scene where someone kills themselves. I don't know how to say that, I don't know what's the politically correct term to say that, because I'm not trying to trigger anyone, you know. If you feel like you're gonna get affected by things like that, don't watch it, because they talk about things and then it's not like American TV. Like, when you watch Spanish shows, they don't really have filters. They don't have this whole, oh, you can't talk about this on TV because it's true. They really don't give a shit. They talk about whatever they want. They do whatever they want. So if you're a little bit more sensitive, or you've been through stuff where watching a show like this could trigger you, I think you should stay away from it. Another show that I like, this show makes me cry all the time. It makes me cry all the damn time. Every episode or every other episode, I'm just bawling my eyes out. And This Is Us, and it's a new show. I think it came out in 2017. I used to see it everywhere. I'm like, what the hell is this show? What attracted me to the show is Mandy Moore, because she's in one of my favorite movies ever. Like, it is such a good show. It's packed with everyday struggles that people do go through, like eating disorder, obesity, race issues, the dynamics within the relationship with parents and their children. It gives us flashback to their childhood and even to the life that their parents had before they were born, like how they met and everything like that. It talks about marriage. Like, this show is not, what I like about this show is that it's so realistic and it's so relatable that you sometimes do have to take a break from it, because it does hit home. There's a lot of subject there, and everyone will find something to relate to in this show. I believe it's one of the best family TV drama that I've ever watched. Like, there's a lot of storyline that will hit close to home. So if you do need a break, I suggest you take that damn break. Like, this is one of the shows I can't just keep watching it. Like, I just can't. And I promise you, for 85% of the viewers, if you have any sort of heart, you will be bawling. But sometimes you get really happy, sometimes you laugh. Oh, it also talks about, like, adoption, it talks about addiction, just everything. But it's so well written that you don't feel overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Some shows, like, they tackle too many subjects at once and then you feel, like, so overwhelmed. But this one, it's like you're watching everyday life. Like, it's like, oh, you're watching a character, and it's either you can relate to a character or you know someone that will be able to relate to them. It just shows you life from different perspectives of all the characters. So that's the best way I could explain it. I'm sorry if that wasn't too clear, but I do really recommend that you go and watch this show. But like I said, if you ever need a break because it's hitting too close to home, do take a break. Now let's get away from this serious stuff a little bit, because I feel like I got in really deep. Oh my god. Okay, so the next one is Prison Break. Honestly, I wasn't even gonna put Prison Break in this video because I'm like, everyone knows Prison Break. Like, everyone and their mother should know about Prison Break. It's been so long since it's played. But I was speaking to a friend and she was like, what is Prison Break? I'm like, what do you mean, what is Prison Break? You haven't watched Prison Break? Oh, I'm not into, like, those action shows and stuff like that. I really am not, like, it's not one of my favorite genre, but this show I was hooked. Every single episode from the beginning to the end, you're watching the screen like this. I didn't even want anyone to speak to me. Okay, now I'm too close to you guys, but like I didn't want anyone to speak to me. I just wanted to watch it. I got my whole family into this because it was during summertime. My mom is a teacher, so she's not working, but we were sitting down all together during summer from the morning all the way to nighttime, and we had to look at each other and be like, yo, it's time to go to bed, it's 4 a.m. Like, your heart is beating in every single episode. It's so action-packed and it's so smart. Like, the way these writers wrote this, I'm just like, who's writing this storyline? Like, this is so smart. It's so well written. It's about two brothers, Michael and Lincoln, and one is being sent to jail for falsely being accused of killing the president, and then the other one just comes up with this elaborate plan to get his brother out of jail. There are a lot of funny characters and fun characters in the show, and what I like is that the characters are not really one dimension. Like, there's so much depth to every character that it makes the show really interesting, because you also see their storyline and how they got there. But it's a really good show. If you really like action movies or action-packed shows, then you will really enjoy this one. I'm usually not a fan of these type of shows, but this one is just amazing. Like, every single time the episode ends, you're gonna want to go and watch the other one. So if you're watching Netflix at night and you have work the next day, don't watch this, because you're not gonna be able to stop. Like, every single time done, you will want to know what's gonna happen in the next one, because they always leave you on a fucking cliffhanger. Like, and the big one too, not just a small one where it's like, okay, I can wait next week and see what's gonna happen. No, this one's like, I want to know now. Like, what's gonna happen in the next episode, I want to know right now. So this is that type of show. So I'm just like, you know, if you have work or school the next day, don't watch it. Wait until the weekend, or wait until where you know you have nothing to do the next day so that you can watch it. Next show, Shadowhunters. I don't know how I fell on this, but a lot of people, maybe you've seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, to be honest, because I really like this show. I watched this show also within less than a week. I'm telling you, all I've been doing is watching Netflix, but this show is so good. The acting for me at first was a bit cringeworthy, but then it got better. I really like it. On her birthday, Clay discovers a surprise concerning her life. The teenager is not who she thinks she is. She comes from a long line of human-angel hybrids called the Shadowhunters, who hunt demons. After her mother is kidnapped, Claire is thrown into the world of demon hunting. Clary relies on mysterious Jace and fellow hunters Isabel and Alec to help her navigate the dark world. So yeah, it's one of those shows. It's like something like Twilight, basically, but okay, I shouldn't say that. It's one of those like sci-fi shows, and I think Alec is fine as, but my favorite character is Simon in it. If you did watch it, like all the other shows that I'm gonna mention, let me know who your favorite character is. It's basically self-explanatory. It's just angels fighting demons, then this relationship involved, family drama involved, love, romance, trio, you know, the basic teenage stuff. But I really like this show, and it's pretty addictive too. Like, once you start watching it, you won't want to stop. You just want to finish until the end. The next show is 90210. I love this show. This show I didn't watch recently. I watched it a long time ago. I think it was about like 3 to 4 years ago, and I'm not sure where I watched this, because I was trying to look it up on Canadian Netflix and it's not there. Maybe I was in the States somewhere and I was bored, and because I did finish the full season, and I do remember it was on Netflix that I was watching it. But anyways, like, I was looking for it because I wanted to watch it all over again. If you guys ever watched Degrassi, it's basically like Degrassi but better. I'm sorry, Degrassi, I'm Canadian. I know I should be rooting for you guys, but honestly, no. I liked Degrassi when it was all about like Emma, Cassie, Paige, Drake, Jimmy. I'm sorry, not Drake, Jimmy. Yeah, that season I really like. When it's a lot of storylines, it's basically it's basically teenagers going to high school and dealing with everyday life. They have to deal with everything that us as teenagers had to deal with, like heartbreak, romance, friendship, drama, backstabbing, and everything like that. If you like shows like Gossip Girl, Degrassi, anything that has to do with people going to high school and dealing with shit, then you will like this show. I was gonna put Gossip Girl in this, but I recently started watching it and it's so good. I'm talking about 90210 right now, but like, check out Gossip Girl too. I'm not gonna really talk about it because I'm just at episode like 4, I think. So yeah. Oh, another one. This one, watch it in Spanish too. It's Ingobernable. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. And it's about this lady. This show is hot, 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 bro. And the main character, well, not the main character, but like the main character, he is fine. Lord. Okay. But that's not what the show is about. That's not what the show is about. A president that gets murdered and people frame the first lady, who is the main character, his wife, and then she runs away and she's trying to find out who really killed her husband. So it's an action-packed show. It's basically about the first lady trying to clear her name because she's been framed and people think that she's the one that killed her husband, and basically she has to uncover the truth and found out who really killed her husband because she's been framed for it and everyone thinks that she's the one that killed her husband. So she runs away and then she finds help from this group of people that live basically in the ghetto. So she goes from this like rich and fabulous lifestyle to living in the ghetto and you know, building relationship and friendship with people there who will help her uncover the truth. Maybe I'm not explaining this properly, but you will love this show. Like, this show is so good and there's so many mysteries in them, and every time it gets uncovered you're just like, oh, like you're shocked. Every time something happens I'm like, oh no, Kat de Calasillo, let me look up her name because I can't butcher her name like that. Kate del Castillo is a very, very good actress. Like, honestly, this show should be a little bit more popular. I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. So a lot of people are trying to make sure that the truth stay buried. So that's what you see unpacking in this show. It's her trying to uncover the truth about who killed her husband. She also has 2 kids. There's just a lot of things happen in this show, but it's a really good show. That's all I can say, so you guys should watch it. Quantico, that's another show that I really love. My best friend actually got me into this show. It's a show about FBI, people in the FBI. I'm gonna read it. It explores the life of young FBI recruits who have come to the Quantico base in Virginia for 21 weeks of training to become special agents. This show, every season, there's like 2 different timelines. There's the one where the recruits are at Quantico, which is this base, I guess, where they train like special agents. They tell you if you can become FBI or not. I'm not, like, something like that. And then there's, in the first season, there's also, I don't know, there's 2 things going on at the same time. You see them in present life and you see them when they're at Quantico, and things that are happening in both time frames, and then it just comes together. Did I explain this well? I hope I did. But it's a really good show. And what I really like about this show is that the main character is Indian. Let's clap for diversity, guys. Let's clap for diversity. Yes, yes. But yeah, that made me really happy. I'm like, yes, you go, girl. But yeah, it's a really good show. It's fun. It's action-packed. There's drama like always. There's romance like always. It's really good. I really like it. Jane the Virgin is another one for me. It's about this lady. So basically, she gets intimidated by the sperm of this rich and handsome man who she actually works for. And you see the show from there. It's really funny. It's like a telenovela. I haven't really watched telenovelas, but that's what they're saying that it's like. I think it's so funny, and I like how like there's like a narrator. So it's basically her living like in a story telenovela, and like you see how she deals with this pregnancy news. Like, hi, am I pregnant and I'm a virgin, but shit happens, you know? You know what's funny, guys? This is not on Netflix, but oh well. When I first watched this show, I was like, oh my god, because I've been wanting a baby since I was 6. And I'm not gonna have one anytime soon, don't worry. But like, yeah, I was like, oh my god, what if this happened to me? Then I wouldn't have to feel, you know, any type of way. Like, my parents can't be mad at me. It's not my fault I'm pregnant. They can't say I didn't wait until marriage and stuff like that. You know, I have an African family, so that's like one of the values that they implement on young women. Like, close your legs until you're married. So I was like, wait, if this happens to me, I can have my baby and my boss is rich. Like, I'll be good to go, you know? That was one thing. I was like, I just want the baby. Like, I don't even want the money. I just want that to happen. And they were like, oh my god, I have a baby and it's not my fault. It's not that I didn't wait until marriage. It's just, you know, they intimidated me. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, huh? Next show. Oh, the next show. Oh, I might trigger some of you guys. I might trigger some people. But the next show is Dear White People. That show I absolutely love. I adore it. You guys, this show, we're not bashing where. I didn't even write this show. Like, I'm not, why am I giving myself credit? Listen, this show is not to bash white people. This show is not a show that's hating on white people, okay? I feel like I saw, when I went onto the trailer on YouTube, it was like half the people on there disliked it. I've never seen a trailer with so much dislikes in my life. I'm like, did you even watch the show? I get why some people might be mad, because if you are white and you are privileged and you do not want to come face to face with this privilege, you don't want someone talking about your privileges, then I get why you might be triggered, and I get why you might put it as a thumb down. I feel like a lot of people think that it's just a show that was made to bash white people, but it's really not. If you actually watch it, you'll understand that it's just a show talking about cultural bias, social injustice. Like every episode you see different perspective of different students, but I do feel like the main character is Samantha. She's a biracial girl. Her dad is white, her mom is black, and you see how being biracial, is it mixed? I'm not sure, but being biracial and growing up in the United States, you see how that has affected her. This girl does not skip a beat. Like, if in real life she'll be the bitter black woman, you know how they love calling black women bitter whenever they stand up for things, or like they'll be like, oh my gosh, she's so angry. This is how she might look like to some people, because she does not skip a beat. Every issue she's on it, every problem she's on it. You say one thing that's out of place, she will call you out on it. Like, she doesn't let anything slide. Like, and her character can be problematic sometimes too. Like, every character has like good and bad qualities. That's what I really like about the show. Hi guys, I am so sorry. My camera died, and when I came back I didn't realize that my autofocus was completely off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put the other 10 shows in the description box. I do realize that you guys wanted a little bit more description of each show, and I do apologize for that, but like you can see in the next clip, it's very blurry and I don't think you guys will like to watch that. I'm sorry, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. If you have any other shows that you feel like not a lot of people know about, please do leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to check it out because I have nothing else to do. And I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Like, click on the ding 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 ding. And I'll see you next time.